Welcome to the Bookers Alliance podcast, where we hold the pencil and the pencil is power. Coming at you right now is your host, Marky Mark, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Donaldson. Join us as we discuss the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. So hang on tight, you jabronis, and enjoy the ride. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining today's episode of the Bookers Alliance podcast. Come on inside the house, bring yourself up a ringside seat, get your soda, your popcorn, your whiskey, get everything you need. Because good Lord God Almighty, the beast is back.
Well, I need you to get your shocked face out, and I need some of y'all to get your passports ready. So we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot to talk about, and we got a lot of miles to put on over the next couple of weeks here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So before we do anything for this week's episode, going to give out a PSA real quick about the upcoming schedule that your boys have got going on here. So next week, a lot of travel.
Yeah, we're going to be busy.
It's a lot of travel, so no new episode next week. And then the 2 following weeks after that, sorry guys, but it'll be canned episodes.
Yeah, so there'll be episodes, so we need you guys to tune in. We need you guys to set your reminders now, set your alert notices so you get noticed.
There'll be a good listen.
Oh yeah.
But your boys have got to travel to Italy.
I mean, if we're gonna go to Europe anyway for Clash, I mean, you might as well make a vacation out of it, right?
You gotta do it up big.
And since we got to travel for Saturday night, there really isn't a point in coming back on, for that 1 week to have to head right back out to Italy. So we're gonna be near that international airport anyway. Why not just take off straight from Saturday night? Well, like, let's say Monday morning, because we need recovery time. You know how that goes. But let's say Monday morning, why don't we just take off, head on over to Europe, over to the UK, hopefully avoid any international conflicts or incidents or whatever may be happening the fuck over there, and enjoy ourselves for a little.
So what you're saying is we're going to be kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, jet flying, limousine riding, son of a guns.
Well, we ain't going to be jet flying. I mean, we're going to be commercial flying. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten that upgrade yet.
Economy.
So, yeah, I mean, right. We haven't gotten that upgrade yet. So if Hunter or anybody is listening, if you want to send those upgrade tickets, then yeah, we can definitely.
At this point, Nate, hey, I'm down.
I mean, somebody, right? Anybody.
All right, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor real quick. This week is brought to you by Small Batch in 1792. Ooh, I remember this one. Yes, this is a good one.
Yeah, it had a good smell to it. I done already did the smell test. It passed the smell test, but got to see what it does on the taste test.
So, cheers, sir, to travel plans and good times.
All right.
Oh yeah. Now, we're going to have to drink some of that good wine in Italy. Won't have bourbon.
There'll be scotch. There'll be some scotch over there. So.
Yeah. Heavily priced scotch.
Yeah. You ain't getting it free.
You ain't getting that one cheap. All right. As our title says, the beast is back. So
what the hell?
Who had that on their bingo card?
Nope. I was so content with the whole retirement angle. I was so content with the hang up your boots and call it one. Now, if I ever see that again, I'm never going to believe it again.
So Oba goes out to the ring for the Oba Challenge this week on Monday Night Raw. The light hits, the backdrop hits. You see the silhouette of Oba standing in the ring, looking only as the ruler can look. And then all of a sudden you see this massive shadow of a human being sneak right up behind him. They hit the lights and holy shit, Brock Lesnar is back in the house.
Now you want to talk about a loud ass crowd in Greensboro?
Yeah, that popped.
First of all, Greensboro. How the hell did that happen? Out of all the places that you bring the beast back, Greensboro. But I mean, hey, you're running out of time. You got to do what you got to do.
Last time he was in Charlotte, he was throwing car doors. So
yeah, well, you really couldn't bring it back next week. I mean, you at least need some time to promote this thing. You don't want everybody trying to scramble to get tickets in damn Italy in a week. You got to give them some time.
So this is interesting, the fact that this has happened. So first off, let's finish telling the story of what happened in case you didn't see it. Brock sneaks up behind Oba and gives him not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 F5s.
4 jean splitting F5s. Brock Lesnar.
Split them jeans again.
All the sweatpants and track pants in the world that they make, and this man only goes and finds the tightest damn Levi's they sell. What the hell?
You know what though? Honestly, that's that farm boy. That's that.
Yeah, at this point now, it's kind of part of his.
Yeah, that's that farm boy. That's the I ain't gonna spend money on clothes. You know, as long as these jeans hold up, you know, I'm good.
I guess he's smart enough now to know to wear better underwear.
Yeah,
like, you don't wear your tighty whities out there. No, you might as well go ahead and throw your trunks on because I mean you're coming out of them.
So he gets in there 4 F5s to Oba. I guess he told Obi, you know, FO F5.
Yeah,
it's how
this
happens.
is the first time that he's actually gotten an advantage over Obafemi. And all the time that they've been interacting, this is the first time he's actually taken an advantage.
True. He kind of snuck up behind Oba to kind of get these. So here, I got some thoughts on this first thing.
Okay, I do too. I definitely have a theory here.
So first,
not an Austin theory, but just a theory.
First things first is the why. Let's talk about the why.
That's what my theory plays into.
So this is the why. Why Brock Lesnar is back. Let's talk about it.
What I'm gonna say is that there's two-pronged approach here. One, it's Italy, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the out of country participants, they want to get their money's worth. They want to, the people that are paying to have the WWE over there, they want to get their money's worth. So you got to give them as much name value as possible. And 2, break glass in danger, right?
Yeah.
At this point, the Oba challenge was a sham. It was horrible. It wasn't working. And I think they realized what we've been saying for the last month. After you beat Brock Lesnar, there's nowhere to go on Raw. There's nothing left on Raw for you to do unless you're fighting for a world title at this point. And they're dead set on keeping Oba as far away from Roman as possible. So there was no other choice.
So I still think the end game for this was Bronson Reed. I still think the end game for this was him.
Okay.
I believe what happened is Bronson was either A, on the cusp of being cleared, or B, had a setback.
Probably. Now, the latter is probably more true than the former.
And what happened is they were like, Brock, we don't have enough heavy boys to come at Oba until Bronson Reed comes back.
Yeah.
Can you come back and we'll throw you a bag? And, and if I'm Brock, I'm looking at it and I'm going, how big a bag we talking?
Well, and to Brock's credit, I mean, he did the gesture at Mania, but he never came out and said anything.
No,
he never formally said, "Hey, I'm out" or "I'm done." He left it up to chance.
Even Heyman never said it.
No,
Heyman just said, "Move him to the forever." It was implied. It was never said.
Yeah, even still, though, I mean, Heyman doesn't decide when Brock Lesnar calls it quits, right?
Correct.
So until you hear Brock Lesnar say out of his words, "Hey guys, I'm done," put out a statement, whatever the case may be, you don't take anybody else's word for what Brock's going to do because A, like you said, if you throw the bag big enough, I mean, hell, Cena can say, I'm done. But if Saudi ever comes calling the right way, hey, Shawn Michaels came back out of retirement after he swore the same thing. When you start throwing the bag the right way, if things ain't going exactly how you want them, you're going to have different responses to that question than you do right now when everything's going your way.
All right, so that's the hypothesis of why.
Yeah.
Here's another.
I think we're on the same page on that one.
Well, here's another hypothesis of why though.
Okay.
The whole thing at Mania was a swerve from the get-go. It was to get us all believing that Brock is done, Oba's moved on, and for the pop of Brock coming back to be as big as it was. It was the plan all along. So even though WrestleMania was almost as heated as you could get for these two big boys, if they tie this thing down and run it to SummerSlam, how bigger of a match is that going to be than the Mania match?
Well, I think at this point now, that's almost a guarantee, right? Because the
previous
plan beforehand was at least rumored to be Gunther was going to retire, Brock Lesnar because the career killer gimmick and all. But I mean, they've moved Gunther on. Now Gunther's on a whole nother show. He's moved over to SmackDown. Don't see Brock Lesnar propping up on SmackDown no time soon and I don't see the USA money matching the Netflix money. So I don't see Brock popping up there. And I'll be honest, when we get to that match, I think there's bigger, better plans for Gunther right now for this summer anyway. But again, we'll get there.
Yeah.
I digress on that
So,
now.
all right.
But yeah, Brock right now is the only option for Obafemi. There's no other way to go.
So let's talk about how they're going to book this. A lot of people are going, well, Brock's got to get the over in Italy, and then we're going to go to the rubber match in SummerSlam.
Seems reasonable.
Seems reasonable, right?
Yeah.
What does that do to Oba, though?
So that's the question I've had ever since Brock came back, is now you've made Oba this unstoppable force. You know, he's the most dominant thing on your roster. If he picks up the loss, isn't he now just what he was before? He's just Obafemi. I mean, where do you go from here?
That's why also think about this too. SummerSlam is it mid-August or late August?
First of August.
First of all, okay.
August 2nd.
Okay, so they've got a 60-day runway to work this,
They got
right?
the entire month of June and the entire
month of July. Okay, so think about this for a minute though. If Brock's going to go back over in Italy,
Yeah.
we got 2 months of doing what with Oba?
Exactly. That puts you right back where you were before.
So for me, I'm the one waving the flag. I don't think Oba loses.
So I'm of that same mindset too, because at that point Brock can come back at SummerSlam and put his career on the line, and that be the reason for Oba to want to do it.
But I also don't think I don't think Oba wins either. I think you're going to get a no finish in Italy. And here's why I think you're going to get the no finish in Italy.
I know why, but I'll let you go ahead and say it first, and then I'll tell you why you're thinking that subconsciously.
Because Triple K.
No, I mean, yeah, that definitely plays a part of it, but the parallels. I got to show you the parallels.
So for me, I don't think there's a clear winner come Clash in Italy, because to me, what do you do with Oba if he picks up the L? But then I understand the whole, well, if Brock picks up the L, okay, then Brock's going to fume and for the next 2 months and be like, all right, I want you one more time, SummerSlam, and if I don't win this time, that's the end of my career.
Yeah.
To me, that's too on the nose. It's
too predictable.
It's too predictable.
Yeah.
What I would rather see these two boys, not every week, but at least 2 of my shows throughout June and July, whether it be Raw or SmackDown, 2 a month, these boys just tearing into each other, like causing a rush. I mean, think about the spot that we got to see between Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman on the car.
On the car, the splash on the car. Yeah.
You got 2 months to give me incredible memories like that between these 2 heavyweights.
Okay.
So that's, to me, if you give me a no DQ in Italy, give me 2 months of not every week, but just every so often, sprinkle them like some salt on a baked potato. Just give me some here and there. And then come SummerSlam, the feud has built up to where it's like, there's no rules. It's just me and you, mano y mano.
Do they do it like MMA style? Do they let Brock go out on his sword?
I don't think we go MMA style.
I mean,
maybe I don't know if Oba can go the MMA route. I've never seen that before. If I had seen him,
but that could be a formula where Brock could actually win on his way out.
If I had seen him maybe in some NXT Underground or something like that, maybe. But I just think they let these 2 boys run roughshod throughout the summer, and then come SummerSlam, have it just be mano y mano, your win versus my career.
All right. I see what you got in the pot, and I see what you're stirring up. But before we start cooking it, subconsciously, what you just played out is exactly what we saw with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. And I know why you did that, because big buff black dude against Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, they're kind of interchangeable at this point for Triple H, right?
No, but touche.
I mean, but that is what happened. I mean, Bobby beat Brock one time. Then they had like a funky finish match, and then Brock beat Bobby one time.
That is true. I wasn't thinking about that.
They found a way to get there. But that's why, as you were saying that, I'm like, damn, the parallels here are crazily ironic here, especially considering it's a big bluff black dude against Brock Lesnar. And Triple H only knows one way to book big bluff black dudes. But no, so the second part of what you just said, though, I gotta push back just a little bit, because I gotta ask, the 2 months that you said they have to build it, where those 2 are out there, they're fighting and doing. Isn't that what we had leading up to Mania? I mean, we've seen all that already. If we can't do anything different, then it's like Mania all over again.
There's similarities there. It's what we've already seen, but that's
so again, Triple H only knows one way to book big buff black dudes.
But that's the thing. We didn't get the spots. What I'm talking about, like the car spot.
So we didn't. We didn't blow up any tables or anything like that.
Jacob and Drew got those spots.
Yeah,
the fall off the water tower thing, and stuff like that. They got those.
You think Brock's falling off a water tower?
No, I don't think Brock's falling off a water
tower.
Brock
Lesnar ain't taking none of those chances.
I think Brock and Oba can put themselves through some, whether it be a faux concrete brick wall or something like that. They could do
something like that. I don't know if that's in Brock's wheelhouse anymore. I think he may be.
I think if this is his last go, I think if this is his last go though. I
don't necessarily see him going that route because I don't think if Brock's going to do it and it's his last run, I don't think he's going to WWE it up as much as that. But I could see them actually having a real fight, like getting in there and throwing a couple real haymakers and going at it. I could see that.
You got to remember the last big SummerSlam match that I remember Brock Lesnar being in. He drove a freaking tractor down to the ring and lifted it up. That's what I'm saying.
I could see funky stuff like that, but again, Brock didn't take no bumps in that. I mean, hell,
no, he didn't.
Right, Roman took the flops and all that. But Brock just played along.
But he wasn't on his way out retiring either.
Right, so he had a good reason not to want to get hurt, which is damn sure why he don't want to get hurt now. You think he's gonna break a leg or something on the way out? That ain't Brock Lesnar's wheelhouse.
So we're talking about though, their next upcoming match. Paul Heyman gave Adam Pearce the contract and said Clash in Italy. Brock's already signed it. Actually, he said Brock Lesnar has already signed it.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy was.
I don't know who that is. Can you fill me in? You're the historian. Do you know who Brock Lesnar
is? So I think it's that crazy monster that we had out there, the Brockelsnar. Way back in the day. Yeah, I think it's part of that guy. I think it was like some of the remnants of that guy, or maybe his creator or something like that. But
he told Adam Pearce
what the hell was going on with Heyman? Was he drunk? How much 1792 did he have on Monday?
But he told Adam Pearce, you just need to get Oba's signature. So obviously Oba's going to sign it. So we get our match in Clash in Italy. It's going to be an interesting match. Happy to see it added to the card.
Quick question: You think Oba's going to put up as much fluff and strife on signing the contract as one Gunther did on SmackDown?
I do not, and Gunther better be glad Royce Keys didn't just.
Well, let's talk about it. Come on now, let's get into that match. Yeah. I've been cooking on that one. I've been waiting for that one for a while. Cody Rhodes and Gunther at Clash in Italy. So what the hell do we think's going to happen there?
I have been preaching it for a while. You guys know that I am a Cody crybaby. I believe in the Codyverse. I love everything that Cody Rhodes does, but there comes a time every once in a while where the hero needs to drop the title and start chasing again.
And I mean, we missed the boat at Randy at Mania because of injury and all that. But I know somebody who ain't injured at all, who's good and raring to go, and that's Gunther. I feel like there's no better now. Before we go too far into that, I did see a glimmer of hope for a minute because I'm like, wait, big bluff black dude on SmackDown gets a title shot? What the hell? And then I was like, oh, wait, it's Triple H booking, though. So, of course, Royce Keys had to take his first loss and not get his world title shot.
I'm going to tell you.
I actually didn't mind it as much as I'm letting on here.
I'm going to tell you what I loved about all of that spot. And I know we're supposed to be talking about the match, but we're talking about the build up to it right now. What I loved about that spot the most is when Royce came marching down the ring and he looked at that. He looked at Gunther and he was like, you snooze, you lose, dude.
Exactly, yeah.
He gets in the ring and Cody looks at him and goes, well, all right.
Yeah, he's like, if this guy, hey, what?
Cody was like, but you could see it in the back of Cody's mind, like, oh shit! I
might have got myself into a bigger pool of water than I felt like.
I know Gunther, but I don't know. I mean, of course they know. I mean, they're friends. Yeah. They know each other. But
here's one thing I do appreciate for Cody. I mean, helping out his former AEW brethren. Helping them. Get matriculated into the company and all that.
Ooh, say that word again.
Matriculate. He gave a little rub to Ricky Starks on his way in. He gives a little rub to Royce Keys on his way in.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Rumor has it he gave a little rub to Jade Cargill on her way in. So, I mean, Mariah May is coming. I mean, so if I'm Cody, I'm like, hey, you need somebody to help usher Blake Monroe in? Come on with it. Because I'd give her a little
Somebody
rub
come
on the
get
way
Frank.
in.
Somebody come get
Hey,
Frank.
we're off for the next couple of weeks. We got to leave it all on the table. This could be our last show anyway. We leave it all
I was
on
just
the
saying, look, nobody need to go rubbing Ricky Sayers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but then I remember Blake Monroe was coming. I said, damn, Mariah May is on the way. If there was anybody I was going to get a rub to on the way into SmackDown, that would be the one right there.
God help us all. But yeah, so
Enough said.
so that did lead to a match between Royce Keys and Gunther. Gunther ultimately pulls out the win, so we do have Gunther versus
Not without
Cody
shenanigans,
Rhodes.
though.
Yeah, they
protected Royce.
They protected Royce.
I appreciated that.
So we got Gunther in there against Cody, and it is time for Cody to drop that belt. I don't mind at all Gunther being WWE champion. I think that's cool.
That's a good. I mean, so at this stage of the game, you're literally replaying Rocky IV.
Yeah. You got Rocky and what's his name?
Drago, yeah. I mean, you're literally replaying Rocky IV. You got to replay something because Cody can't be Homelander no more. Because those of you who watched the TV show,
I ain't watched no spoilers. I ain't watched it. No spoilers.
Woo!
Don't spoil it.
Good thing you said that there, because holy hell, I was about to ruin everybody's day.
Don't do it. But yeah, so I'm waiting for Gunther to become our WWE champion. I'm waiting for Cody to either go away for a while or get in that conflicted Cody Rhodes stage and chase the title back. However, I am hoping that the road chasing it back is a long road.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely don't need to lose it and win it back at SummerSlam.
I don't need it to be.
What we don't want to see is that. I don't need Cody to be a 17, 18, 19 time world champ and all that. Yep. He's too late in his career to start that run.
I don't need it to be there, but the chase could get pretty interesting though if what we're hearing is true, and that CM Punk has been moved to the blue brand.
Yeah, that's what the rumor is.
And also the rumor is KO is on his way back. Also on the blue brand.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do though, because I mean, apparently his neck's hanging on by a thread. So good luck with that.
If we all know KO like we think we know KO, thread or not, that boy will burn candle at both ends and burn.
Yeah, absolutely. And SmackDown needs it, right?
Yeah.
If there's anything they need is a little bit of life injected into that brand over there, because I mean, Cody's been doing his best, but let's be honest. As soon as Roman wandered off to Raw, everything on SmackDown started looking like B show again. We need them to not look that way. You got the names that we just mentioned. I mean, Royce Keys, Gunther, Trick Williams is over there. You got a lot of talent over there. What we need though is them big names to help make that brand feel equivalent to Raw. So that way, when you're interested in watching, you're watching both.
Very true. So Gunther picking up the title win is not going to be a bad deal for Clash.
Love it.
I love the idea.
Calling it now.
All right, let's talk about the other big match that's happening over at Clash in Italy. We kind of saw the writing on the wall when they first put these dudes together. Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns in tribal combat.
Yeah, but both for the World Heavyweight Championship and the title of Tribal Chief.
And the Ufalafa.
Yeah,
as LA Knight.
That pretty much guarantees how this match is going to turn out when they made it tribal combat, though, right?
Side note, did you see Jay almost cracked when LA Knight said Ufalafa?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as he heard it, you saw Jay. It was almost like that
Jay
Sami Zayn moment
head.
again. It was almost like are you feeling oozy? Because Jay, as soon as Jay heard it, he said, you can see the goddamn on his face when it happened. He was like, oh, hell. He was like, I don't believe he did this to me on camera.
But obviously we kind of talked in text thread whenever this was all happening and going down. The thing that we both kind of agreed to is, look, if Cody's dropping the belt on Clash in Italy, Roman's not.
No, hell no. We ain't getting two main titles, especially coming out of Mania, where both guys drop. Come on now.
Now, what's interesting, though, is the tribal combat part of it, because we knew we were heading there, but where it gets interesting is tribal combat. When you call for it, that usually means you got a backup plan.
Yeah.
You got some hitters in your pocket that's going to come help you.
Gotta have something.
Win this match.
You ain't just going to go out there and have a one-on-one straight up match.
So Roman's got the Usos.
Does he?
Does he? There you go. So, that's what I'm cooking.
Well,
does he really have the Usos?
If he don't, then the way the build-up leading to it where Jacob's beating both of them down, ridiculous.
Yeah, right? yeah. That's the part.
So maybe they don't go that way.
So if they don't go that way, obviously this is another bloodline member coming into the fray. And yeah, I don't see him bringing over Solo. I don't see that happening. I don't see Tala. I don't see that happening.
Them guys ain't even top tier on the brand they're on. They ain't switching over and moving into the main event.
Tonga, maybe.
No, he's at home now. He can do whatever he needs. Tongaloa, you mean? He can do whatever he needs to do at the crib. He's there now.
So I somebody's coming in to help Jacob. Whether maybe like I said, that tree is huge. It might not be somebody we've even seen yet.
So I don't know. I've seen a lot of people online that are begging and pleading for a guy named Zilla Fatu to make his way into WWE.
Yeah.
So if there was a time to do it, I mean,
now's the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's interesting that tribal combat got thrown in there, because that means that Jacob's going to need some enforcement somewhere along the way.
Yeah, you got to have some backup.
Roman ain't going to shy away from.
We seen what happened on Monday. What happens when you come out there with no backup? Because at the end of the day, the Bloodline. There's a reason they were one of the most dominant factions in all of wrestling history, and they showed it. They showed remnants of it on Monday.
I do like the fact that even through all of this, they are keeping Jacob looking strong. I do like the fact that they've not took away that part of Jacob.
I know you love the fact that he's sticking with the tongue and death grip, though. I know you love it.
Y'all, there's no.
That's
video.
Probably like your favorite finish.
There's no video, but I'm over here shaking my head.
I feel like you changed your creator character and gave him the tongue and death grip as his perfect, as his.
I'm gonna start calling you Michael Cole, because you're saying it as much as Michael Cole.
Just asking. I mean, because you love the tongue and death grip. That I know how much you love it.
Look, all I'm saying is they're bastardizing the move. That's. I mean, they just need to quit. They need to quit with it. What I want to see from Jacob, though, is him to continue this rough street kind of fighter, so to speak.
Yeah. Unpredictable.
What I don't want them to turn Jacob into is the chicken shit hill where he needs help.
Yeah, Jacob. So if they were going to do anything, I think they need to follow the formula they did with the original Bloodline and just make Jacob a leader, but not the leader that only has to fight Roman Reigns, right? Because that's always going to lead in loss. What we don't want to see him do is only wrestle Roman Reigns. But if he can help bring in some guys and help elevate some guys on his own faction, they fumbled it when they did it with Solo, right? They started with the supporting cast they had with Solo and all that. It just wasn't there.
You know why they fumbled it with Solo, right?
Because it was Solo. All right.
No, they fumbled it with Solo because Jacob stole Solo's shine.
That's what I mean, because it was Solo. That wouldn't have happened with Roman Reigns. Like you see when they were trying to elevate Jay, you see when they were trying to elevate Solo, none of them ever outshined Roman, right? None of them ever took his spotlight. But when Jacob came in, he easily took Solo's spotlight because he was Jacob Fatu.
So everybody out there listening, let's break that down for just a second and talk about what do we mean with Jacob and how he stole Solo's shine. Solo came to the ring every week. Solo was talking about the big dog, as far as like, I'm the head of the family now. I'm the head of this table, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that was
Jacob willingly played that subservient, I love you, Solo
and
role.
Bingo, there.
He played his role.
Jacob got in that ring every week. I love you, Solo.
Well, he played his role to make Solo the main event, but the fans wasn't having it.
How many catchphrases did Solo say during that period of time that the fans gravitated to him?
I say Solo said some funny stuff here and there, but yeah, he wasn't the guy.
No,
he just wasn't.
But if Jacob Fatu came on the screen, what everybody go? I love
exactly.
You, Solo.
And like you said, he stuck with, and Jacob didn't say much else for a while. He didn't come out there and cut 5-minute promos. He didn't come out there and Samoan werewolf it up and all that shit didn't even start until after he left Solo's group and all. He was the subservient Solo role. He was the heavy hitter for the group.
He was the enforcer.
And the fans just saw more out of it. They said, no, this guy is bigger than that. I remember the first time him and Roman came face to face in the whole Bloodline versus Bloodline thing. Those two guys came face to face, and I remember the crowd going batshit. Yeah. They were like, holy, give us all of that.
Yep. And it's finally paying its way out between them two. How do I think it's going to end in Italy? Roman's going to retain. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. I think it's who else shows up to be on Jacob's side is going to be the surprise in this one. It's tribal combat, so there is no rules. But
it's literally a Donnybrook.
Right. So Roman is going to get in there and pick up the victory. But where do they go from here? Are we going to continue to see Roman and Jacob kind of go through this cycle throughout the summer? Or?
At this point, no, I don't think that's what we get. In all honesty, I mean, I think we go back to what we said before, and we know we're only getting 2 Romans in June. We don't know what we're getting from Roman in July, but we know SummerSlam's 1st of August, so we got to get some Roman in July, right? But we're not going to get a lot of Roman in June, so I think after Tribal Combat, it's time to start moving Roman into whatever he's doing at SummerSlam. Okay. And I don't think Jacob Fatu is what he's doing at SummerSlam.
Who is then?
So that's where we go. That's what hopefully they have figured out for June.
Do we get a returning CM Punk to run it back and then move to the blue brand?
Nah.
Who else is on the red brand that can step up?
They may be able to do that with Punk just because now we got the whole Gunther Cody thing over there. So they've got a formidable opponent for Cody on SmackDown. So we don't need Punk to go over.
Is it Seth?
Both names are possible. Both names are there.
Is it Breaker?
What happens if Oba wins at Italy and all of a sudden, the fans just make it be Oba and Roman at SummerSlam?
That screws over Brock.
It doesn't screw over shit.
There's 2 nights, though. There's 2 nights.
Right. That's why I say we got plenty of time, but we still got Gunther over there on the other side. I mean, if he don't win the title, he ain't got nothing else to do. There's a lot of different ways we can go, which is a good thing because a month ago, I felt like we were kind of pigeonholing ourselves into little corners with our top characters, and it was bad. Now there's at least conversation to be had about a lot of different names, saddling up with a lot of different partners.
I think you're going to see Roman and Jacob kind of going back and forth for a while. I don't think this will be a 2 matches and this is over. However,
you don't think Tribal Combat?
That's what I was about to say. However, Tribal Combat may be the end.
I feel like that's the end. That's your blow off.
Because at the end of it, one has to acknowledge the other. It's a have to.
There's no going back after Tribal. I mean, because where else do you go from there? Right. I mean, 3 stages of hell at this point. I mean, at this point you got to kill the other guy. So
I do think that they were gearing up Roman versus Seth at Mania before Seth got hurt.
Yeah, that was the initial.
I do believe that you're going to get Seth Roman at SummerSlam.
I can see that.
And I'm not going to be mad at that. I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah, it's about time. I mean, Roman has never beaten Seth one-on-one.
Right.
It's never happened. So, I mean, they've got that to play into.
And if Seth is getting some tag team on his side, maybe with the Street Profits, you've got Seth and the Street Profits versus Roman and the Usos, and you can run that for a summer.
Well, what if the Street Profits win the tag titles from the Vision in Saturday night's main event? Now, all of a sudden, the Usos may need that title because Roman's got a title, and Roman starts telling him, hey, I'm bringing this to the table. What are you two bringing?
So now we're getting interesting. Let's move over into...
Look at that transition into Saturday night's main event. That was smooth, wasn't it? Yeah, you like that. I know what I'm doing here somewhat.
Frank over there got his lemon pepper steppers on.
Let me talk. Speaking of that, so how the hell do we have this big, great homecoming for Trick Williams in Columbia at Friday Night SmackDown, and then Javon Evans gets that main event at his hometown of Greensboro? What in the hell are we doing?
All right, so I'm gonna say my piece on this, and I'm gonna run.
Okay,
I'm gonna drop the mic.
I got enough time to get too far into it, but I had to address it. Because good on you, black man. Good, so I'm gonna stand up for all my people.
Good on you for bringing it up.
There you go.
All right, so the Shield, 3 members of the Shield. Mm-hmm. Which one was forgotten to the wasteland?
Oh, AEW? that is a wasteland, but yes, Dean Ambrose, yes.
All right. The 3 outstanding call-ups that came out of NXT all at one time. Mm-hmm. Which one of them's getting thrown to the wasteland?
Yeah, the guy that ended up on main event in his hometown.
I'm sorry, Javon. I'm sorry. All I can say is, dude, hang in there. Hopefully Creative swings back around on the amazing talent that you are, and hopefully we do get to see you either in that Intercontinental Championship scene, or hell, move you over to the blue brand, get you in there fighting against Trick in the U.S. title scene or somewhere, because you are too much of a talent to be just regulated to main event.
He definitely is, but I'll give Triple H a little bit of a break on this. I think Triple H is kind of playing the long game with Javon Evans, because with his style of wrestling, he might not be here at 30 if he keeps going. And I mean, he's 22? So you might have to pull back on him a little bit and, protect him from himself. Yeah, at some point you got to protect the athlete from himself. And with his style of wrestling, if you want this guy to be here for 20 years, you can't let him fizzle. You can't let him Jeff Hardy his way through the first 5. So they may have to say, hey, we got to pull you back a little bit, and then we'll splash you out there where it's needed. So,
all right, moving on. Saturday night's main event, tag champs. We got Street Profits versus The Vision.
Well, you already see what I'm thinking of. You already see what my dad. So first of all, black guys.
We want.
So
the smoke.
obviously, I'm trying to give them any title possible.
We want the smoke.
Absolutely.
We look. I ain't a black guy, but we want the smoke.
Yeah, we want 420 smoke on this one. We want it thick and heavy.
I'm ready to see The Vision off my TV. I'm not a fan.
They could dismantle that group at any point in time.
Yeah.
Now, there's got to be a way to showcase Braun Breaker without Logan Paul and Austin. What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Whoever.
But yeah, I'm ready to see the Street Profits pick up these titles. I think it'll do them good. I'm ready to see this happen.
While you're saying that, I gotta ask. Now, we teased a little bit of tension between the Street Profits just on Monday.
That's what I was about to get to.
Do we really need them to win the titles when they ain't getting along?
That's what I was about to get to. I really wish, and I ain't gonna hate on Dawkins. Dawkins is doing phenomenal character work, mic work.
Yeah.
He's gotten himself in great shape.
Yeah.
If they are gonna split them up, what better way to give Tez some encouragement that Dawkins may be able to stand on his own 2 feet?
No.
See, we just gonna go ahead.
I
and
appreciate the idea, but
we're gonna Marty Jannetty right
if
on
them
out.
2 jokers break up, I'm just letting Dawkins know now. Down the road, you're gonna have your foot cut off and be in a wheelchair. So if there's any way you can,
you are so wrong.
Did you see Marty this week? You got to put it out there. That's what happens if you end up getting Marty Jannetty. You're rolling around in your 60s.
Street Profits have been known to use prosthetics in a match before too.
Very true. So they know what they're doing with it. But I'm just saying that could be your future, Dawkins. So if there's any way you can get in creative's ear to keep this team together, at least to SummerSlam, get all you can out of it. Ride that joker till the wheels fall off, not the wheel with the foot on it.
Other matches that are happening at Saturday night's main event.
Girls. You want to hear about some girls.
You've got tag team belts on that side. You've got Bree and Paige going up against Lash and Nia. What's their team called? Don't they have a team name?
Who the Irresistible Forces? Yeah, so the challengers have a team name, and then the other girls are one girl and the other girl that they really wanted sister. So that's what we're doing here. This is like a bad prom date where Paige ends up with the wrong sister.
We all know that the Irresistible Forces should come out of this the winner.
They definitely should, because that mishmash tag team they got over on the other side there, that's a nightmare waiting to happen.
So hopefully, anytime Lash Legend is in the ring, I'm very interested in her match, because to me, I know why they got her in the tag scene right now.
Yeah.
She's
rookie.
Not.
She's fresh,
but she is not a tag team specialist.
Not in the long run. But I mean, let's talk about it here. When Jade came in, Jade was in a tag team for her the entire first year.
That's true.
Sometimes there's only one way to get a quote unquote rookie.
That's true.
Learned up quick.
Now we talked about the Rockers and Jannetty and Michaels. The way they broke up, right?
Yeah,
dude. Lash versus Nia in a breakup match and letting Lash rule that match.
That could definitely be a thing. But so again, and I like to throw comparisons out here because they just glare at me so much. If that happens with Lash and Nia, what difference is that from Naomi and Jade at that point? Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, but I liked it, and unfortunately, Jimmy ruined our party.
I mean, no, Jimmy had his own party, so Jimmy had other plans.
Because I was really loving what Naomi was doing.
Yeah, Jimmy had his own party planned on that deal. He had nothing to do with that. What happens when Naomi comes back? Man, she's got to be, she's got to be a couple weeks out here, depending on what she figured out in her contract deal. But we should be seeing her by SummerSlam time.
I'm waiting on Naomi to come back. I'm hoping they pick.
I'm sorry, I took us way. I derailed the whole conversation with focus.
As far as the tag belts on the women's side change hands,
I'm praying for it. I mean, it's if you're inevitably trying to get to the Bella Twins to be the champions, it's the only way you're gonna get there is to get Paige out of that and get her into her own program.
A few more matches that are happening on Saturday night's main event. Both of them regarding the Intercontinental Championships for both the men's and the women's. So let's talk about the men's first. This whole Saturday night main event is being built around Penta versus Ethan Page.
Wow.
Now,
Two AEW guys headlining a Saturday night's main event. I never thought I'd see the day.
now the women's match. Let's talk about this.
Now, I could talk about this.
Let's talk about this at the same time. Women's match. Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
Now, tell me why.
Tell me why.
Tell
ain't
me why.
nothing but a party.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. Oh.
Tell me why I have 2 NXT call-ups going for Intercontinental Championships when Javon Evans ain't doing shit.
But Javon Evans just headlined in his hometown.
When
main
Bailey
event.
ain't doing shit.
Ooh.
Lyra
They're in tag
ain't doing
teams.
shit.
They're in tag teams.
I don't like the fact that both of these Intercontinental Championships are just like, yeah, they hadn't been defended in a while on TV. Let's get them on.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like green eggs and ham. I don't like it, Sam.
So I hear what you're saying, but what else are you doing with so let's talk about the women. Let's focus on them, right? What else are you doing with them over there right now? I mean, since AJ Lee wandered away, Becky hasn't interacted with anybody at all except Sol Ruka. So she kind of had to wrestle her in that.
So Sol ain't won a match being on the main roster yet.
I don't think she's going to win the title.
But all of a sudden has an Intercontinental Championship match?
Well, so Becky challenged her before all this losing nonsense happened.
I
don't think she wins that either. But so here's the thing, right? And this is the only way I can fathom this in my mind. You got to take these call-ups and you got to put them in the deep end, right? Saturday night's main event ain't your PLE, so it's not WrestleMania, but you got to get them out there in front of fans. You got to get them out there on mainstream TV and let people see what you got.
True.
I mean, if the fans don't like it, if they shit the bed or whatever, then hey, you don't got nothing. Now they're back in the mid card.
This isn't a knock. This is not a knock on Ethan Page. This is not a knock on Sol Ruka.
Oh no, Sol Ruka fellow biracial. So yeah, so I got her back.
I love both of those talents.
Yeah, she's good looking.
True. So this ain't a thing about, they don't deserve to be there. It's just the stories don't make sense. And it's like, hey, there's an event coming up. We've got another main event coming around the corner in Italy. We need to throw something somewhere.
Well, we ain't gonna have those guys in Italy wrestling this weekend. So you got to have your you got to have your B squad ready to go.
It's just,
honestly, I'll be just thinking about it out loud. I think they probably put Penta and Ethan Page in there because them two guys know each other. They work well together. They've wrestled each other plenty of times before.
A lot. Actually.
I think they figured if that's going to be the headline of the show, they're going to at least get a quality match out of it.
Yep. All right, everybody. I know that was fast, furious, and we were moving along, but
it's a lot of wrestling. Small amount of time.
And you boys got some travel to go do. We got to get all the papers signed. We got to get the flights booked. We got to get all kinds of things going on.
Got a lot to do here.
Got a lot to do. So thank y'all for listening to today's show. Remember, we take it off next week. And then the next 2 weeks after that will be canned episodes, but they will be good. Please tune in, give them a listen, and then we'll be back with you around mid-June for live action and live shows. So thank y'all for listening to today's episode. We appreciate you, and we bid you adieu.
Peace. And Liv Morgan still a champion.
Today's podcast was produced by SBP. You can find our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Also, connect with us on our social media accounts. Search for The Bookers Alliance on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.